Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cruise Talk Live. You're joining myself, Josh, live on this fantastic Wednesday, and I got my good buddy, Peter G, hanging out beside me tonight. Now, Peter, tonight is a very, very special show. Should we tell these folks? Well, you know, there's a couple of reasons why tonight's show is very special. Of course, we're talking all about our recent cruise on the Carnival Mardi Gras, but you know, when Peter and I were talking about the show tonight, we said, you know what, we shouldn't do this alone. After all, we did cruise with 5 amazing friends. Happy to report, well, I'm sorry, 4 amazing friends plus Peter, that makes 5. Happy to report, 3 of them are with us tonight. David Harbin no longer I'm just kidding, he's not no longer with us, guys. He just had a long day at work. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Scott, Frank, and Michael. What's going on, fellas? Are you guys there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good?
All right, hey, good deal. What's going on, everybody? So, tonight, as I mentioned, we are going to be talking all about the Carnival Mardi Gras, but you know what? I just got to go ahead and do it. Before we get into much further, you know, the Carnival Mardi Gras cruise series was supposed to start on Monday. And unfortunately, that did not happen. And many of you were wondering why. You were like, oh, maybe Josh didn't do it because of Labor Day. I did put out something on Facebook. By the way, if you're not following me over on Facebook, it's Cruise with Josh. Make sure you head over and check that out. Hit that thumbs up button. We post a lot of behind the scenes over there. But you know, I kind of put something out that I was having a little bit of technical difficulties with one of these right here. This is an external hard drive. And guys, I lost the cruise series. I lost the entire cruise series. The hard drive decided to fail. Well, at least that is until 8 o'clock last night. And then we were able to resuscitate. And so I got something to show you guys. Check this out. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? I thought I lost everything. These guys thought I lost everything. Last night, we plugged it into Mama Hokum's iMac, and believe it or not, she came back to life, okay? It has been with Best Buy all weekend long. Not even late.
That is awesome. After last night, really? After everything last night.
Yeah. So, and that was after.
Best news ever.
So let me tell these guys. Yeah, no, I didn't lie to you. So that's what I was saying. These guys right here, they just found out with you guys watching right now. These guys right here have been under the impression that the series was done because I called them last night and I like told all of them, I was like, guys, listen, unfortunately, you know, my hard drive has been with Best Buy all weekend long with Geek Squad. They've worked on it for 4 days straight. They could not save anything. All the footage is gone. Everything is lost. I don't have a series. The Carnival Mardi Gras does not exist as far as YouTube is concerned. And then, by God, I went over to my mom's house after I hung up with them. And, you know, I was telling her about it. We were wallowing in our sorrows over the devastation of this. And she was like, I wonder if they plugged it into a Mac or they plugged it into a PC because you had it configured to a Mac. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, Mom, this is crazy talk. Of course they plugged it into a Mac. That's not it. It's not going to work. But I was like, but you know what? To entertain you, to amuse you, let's go upstairs and let's plug it into your iMac. And guys, when I tell you that the grace of God came over that hard drive in that moment, because we plugged it in and that thing turned right on and I got to work. And so this is actually not that one. This is another one that I then proceeded to move everything onto this one. And so
I was just gonna say, did you back up the backup?
So
finally,
I haven't gotten that far. So this thing I'm like holding, like it goes to sleep with me tonight. Like I'm cradling it. But I was able to get everything pulled over from that. We were able to get Hawaii pulled over. So, because I had a couple videos remaining in Hawaii that I may want to do something with. So happy to report the Carnival Mardi Gras Cruise Series starts tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You better make sure that you're there because it is one amazing, amazing video. So excited to be back. And so with that, boys, now that I think I've lifted the temperature in the room, I want to jump over into the chat. Say some what's up, say some hellos before we get going for tonight. Guys, if you have any questions for any of these guys, this guy here, or myself, feel free to drop those in the chat. Just do us a big favor. Write in all caps question, and then I'll call out the question for whoever it is. So if, it's a question for Frank, just put question and then put, Frank, blah, 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 etc. And that's the way that we'll kind of go tonight. That way, we don't have 5 people talking at one time. That could get really, really confusing. What's up to Scott Weaver? Scott Weaver, first person on my screen. A big welcome to you, sir. Thanks so much for joining in the chat tonight. Scott Weaver going with us in December on the Oasis group cruise. That's going to be a ton of fun. Final payment date was actually Monday for that. So we are officially one step closer to stepping on board Oasis. So excited for that. Don Baxter, what's going on with you? We got Andrew Moore in the house. Don Ash Sr., hello, cruisers from South Jersey. What's going on, Don? Hope you're doing all right up there in South Jersey. Hope you made it through the hurricane, okay? Thoughts and prayers to all of our friends in New York, especially a big shout out to our friend Marilyn with NYC Rocks. Our heart and prayers go out to you. She had a lot of water damage, guys, from Hurricane, what was that? What was the hurricane that just went through? Ida. A lot of damage from Ida. So thoughts and prayers out to her for sure. We are thinking of you right now. What's up, D. Marie says, hey guys, can't wait for the live. Well, we are here. We are present. We are live. Welcome to you. We also got Cody P in the house, one of our hashtag crew in blue, the moderators. Thank you so much, Cody, for being in the chat. Guys, Cody came on the cruise with us too. Who has Cody?
Cody was
yes,
there.
He did.
Yeah, Cody was on the cruise with. We even had dinner with Cody one night.
Who has? Is it David that has Cody?
No, Scott. You have him.
Well, he gave it to me.
Oh God! Well, Scott, is he in reach? Is Cody in? Is he sitting on the couch with you right now?
Oh, hang on.
Okay, Scott's gonna get Cody with us. Oh my God, he's right here with us. Cody, come on the screen. He's a little shy, he doesn't get out much. So, he's lost a lot of weight though. He's super thin. What's up, Cody?
Cody.
Hey, buddy. Good to have you on the screen with us tonight. Welcome, welcome. How was your cruise, Cody? Oh, that's fascinating. Great. Love it. All right. Good job. We'll get back to Cody here in just a little bit. Big Blue Matt G, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. He says, did you all think the Mardi Gras felt like a carnival ship, or did it have a different vibe? All right, in 10 seconds or less, we'll go around the room. I thought that it was a carnival ship, but a uniquely carnival ship. I thought there were some things that were very similar. There was a lot of things that were very new and different. I liked it a lot. Peter, your thoughts? Did you think it was a carnival ship, or did it feel different?
It was modern with the carnival. You felt like it was carnival, but it was more modern carnival.
Yeah. Michael, 10 seconds or less, what'd you think?
I will say the same thing, that it is still a carnival ship just by the famous things that Carnival has still on the ship, but it's a nice modern look for Carnival now.
I thought so too, yeah. And Michael actually, the little stinker was on for 2 weeks, not 1 week. Him and David, who couldn't be with us tonight, they did a back-to-back and didn't tell us until the last night. So Michael definitely got a good representation.
So if you have any questions about back-to-back on Mardi Gras, feel free to ask me. No pun intended.
Yeah, Michael could definitely answer those questions for you. Frank, what about you? Frank, guys, is a seasoned, and I mean seasoned like the chef, the Salt Bay chef, okay? He is a seasoned Royal Caribbean expert, all right? The man knows the Crown and Anchor, okay? He is all about the big wow and the Royal Promenade. But Carnival remains to be seen. Frank, in 10 seconds or less, what was your thoughts on the Carnival Mardi Gras?
So I have to say, to me, it actually did not feel like a Carnival cruise, which I was okay with because my other previous experiences were not the best. Mm-hmm. And so I believe I'd say, yeah, it's a Carnival, but it was definitely upgraded. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed this one. I was really impressed with what they did, with the updates, with the way they laid things out. Yeah, that whole 3-deck kind of atrium thing that they have, like the what is it, Grand Central?
Grand Central.
Grand Central.
I will give that. Yeah, Grand Central is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job on that. I was really impressed with Grand Central. One thing, well, we'll talk about what we didn't like here in just a few minutes because, as the title mentioned, this is the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So we want to kind of give you everything. Everything was not great. Of course, there was things that they can improve, and we're going to talk on that. But before we get there, Uncle Scott, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, your friend. This is Mr. Cake in a Box himself, Scott Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Wilson, what did you think of the Mardi Gras in 10 seconds or less?
Well, I liked it. It was Carnival times 2 at least.
Yeah.
There was just much to do on there. Like you said, within a week's time, we didn't have time to do everything.
Right.
And you had the new atrium, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
so cool.
It was like the new theater, basically. You could do everything down there.
And that was the other really cool thing. The other really cool thing that they did with Grand Central, I thought one of my favorite things they did in there was the Deal or No Deal game show, which many of you may be familiar. They do that on several cruise ships. I know Celebrity Cruise Line does a lot of that. I loved, and I mean loved, Deal or No Deal in Grand Central. It just felt like I thought everybody that was walking through, you had to stop. You had to stop and check out, oh my God, is she going to win $1,000? Is she going to win $500? Yeah. Is she going to win 1 penny? You know what I mean? I don't know. Just the concept of Deal or No Deal at sea, and then the way that they incorporated it into the audience so that even the audience could play. You had a chance to win. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the audience prize was actually greater than the contestant on the stage. I believe it was the audience. You could win up to $5,000. Yeah. So it was just a great experience. I really did appreciate and love Grand Central. That's a great question, Big Blue Magic. We have another super chat on screen, and then after this, we'll jump down to live chat. We had, from Brandon Frey said, going on Mardi Gras in 10 days, do you need a room key to do muster or just your boarding pass? So you just need your boarding pass. You can scan that or your room key, whichever one. Your room keys. Yeah, your room keys are outside of your stateroom. Remember, you don't collect those in the terminal anymore. So when you board the ship, you're going to board with that boarding pass still. So for us, we walked up and they scanned the boarding pass. And then we went to our room. However, if you got on board, went and had lunch, you were starving, and, then, are you showing the not cruise with Josh 2.0?
Patty was asking.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Oh my God, Scott kills us, with the jokes, and so he took duct tape because that was our group cruise shirt for the MSCC side, and he put "Not Cruise with Josh" on it because the cruise got canceled because of COVID. Genius, Scott, you're an absolute genius. Anyway,
Also, speaking of shirts, someone noticed that we're all wearing blue, and this was not planned.
No, it was not.
This was not planned.
No,
However,
funny actually.
I did want to let you guys know I have a brand new t-shirt on right now for you. We got It's Cruise Day. Wait for it. Boom. Follow me to the buffet. Trust me, I know these things. You can get that right now. Just scroll up right below this video in the little Teespring banner, and it's there for you. We got kids sizes. I got adult sizes. I got plus sizes. It's whatever you want. It's a really nice, soft shirt, so head over and get yours now. It's Cruise Day, people! I'm excited to be back, excited that it was Cruise Day for us. I had every intention of wearing this on our cruise. Unfortunately, it arrived to me on Saturday, the day that we boarded the ship. So, you guys just get it in all of its glory now here on Cruise Talk Live. But anyway, it's all good. Let me jump down here to live chat. What's up, Gary Krebs? We got Mama Hokum joining us live in chat tonight. Hey, Mama H. None of what you guys saw just a few moments ago would be possible without her. We also got my friends Griff and Alyssa in the house. They are over at Disney World right now. They were actually checking out Boo Bash last night. Disney. Yep, they were checking out Disney's Boo Bash last night.
When tonight?
Last night they were at Boo Bash. I'm not sure where they're at tonight. But I know for a fact they were at Boo Bash last night. If they're still here, drop what you guys are up to tonight. Let us know in the chat. I think Peter is semi-curious now. Cody P says, I spent half the cruise in Scott's suitcase. Was pretty stuffy. So, Scott, apparently your suitcase was pretty stuffy, buddy. But you know what, Cody? By staying in there, you got really thin. You lost a lot of weight and you look great. Yeah.
Cody was very comfortable in that suitcase. He was well taken care of.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He was padded between Scott's clean underwear and Scott's dirty underwear. Of course. How could I forget that detail? He said that's right. I love it. I love it that we can all bounce off each other like that. That's just the friendship that we all have, guys. What's up, T.U. Neil? Welcome to the chat. Sherry Awesome Sunsets, big hello to you. We got Alex in the house. All right, Gary Krebs says, question, Frank, did you get a more royal-type vibe as compared to older Carnival cruise ships? Frank.
No, I still didn't get a royal type vibe. I still think it's very different, which I think could be a good thing because they are different cruise lines, right? It still wasn't a royal type vibe, but I definitely say, for me personally, it's an improvement of a Carnival vibe from the previous one that I was on. Like, this actually makes me want to go on another Carnival.
Frank, did you get a more royal type vibe as compared to older Carnival cruise ships?
Hi, Mom. You need to mute your stream. And turn your phone sideways. Ladies and gentlemen, Mama Hokum has just joined us backstage, so let me see if I can mess up everything on the stream and bring her on right now.
I'm joined because I'm actually wearing blue too.
Oh, it's the blue crew. Yeah, listen, she didn't want to miss out. She was not enjoying her night off.
That's right.
No.
She just couldn't stand a night off.
I'm sitting here watching and I'm just like, I can't type fast enough.
Yep. So ladies and
Also,
gentlemen,
Josh,
then
I think someone was saying earlier that we're all echoey besides you. But
echoey.
I'm not sure if
Okay.
that's still.
All right. Hold on. Up. Let's see. I'm not sure why you'd be echoey. There should be no reason. But I do need to bring on Mama Hokum, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. Hi, Mom. Here you are.
I would just stay briefly. I just wanted to say I'm actually wearing blue too.
Oh, fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mama Hokum could not type that she was wearing blue. She had to pop on and say that she was wearing blue. So, Mom, what do you...
I resuscitated the dead.
Yeah, that's what I was just fixing to ask. You know, what do you have to say about your skills in IT work? Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that Best Buy ain't got nothing on Mama H, okay? Ain't got nothing. Because she plugged that thing in and started doing CPR, and before you know it, she was mouth-to-mouth on the drive, and here we are with the entire cruise series back. So... what do you have to say for yourself?
Unfortunately, the last time Peter and the guys seen me, I was doing CPR on a person.
This is very true in this.
That's true.
That
Yeah,
is very, very
the
true.
last time in the Orlando airport when that guy collapsed, I went over and started doing CPR.
Right. All right, well, Mom.
I do CPR on more than people.
Okay, so yes, CPR is important, guys. Everyone should take a CPR class because you never know if you're going to resuscitate a person or a hard drive. So just make sure that you go ahead and take your CPR class. Get your AED training in now, okay? Mom, thanks so much for stopping by, honey. And we're going to throw you back to the chat now, okay?
Bye.
Love you, mean it. Mwah. Bye.
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 Hi, Mama Hokum.
So good to see Mama H as always. It's always nice chatting with her at 100 miles a minute. All right, let's jump on. We got a couple more questions here. We got a couple more questions. So Elaine Cambridge. Elaine was actually in the teaser video just a few moments ago. I don't know if you guys saw her or not, but she made it to the teaser video. She said, question, what did you think about the buffet food? Okay, so this is a topic that I have been seeing a lot of discussion on. So I think we need to go around the room and overall thoughts on the buffet. Because I can tell you, for me personally, I didn't have the buffet all that much. There was just so much other food on the ship that we often didn't eat at the buffet. I think did we eat at the buffet for lunch or dinner at all? I don't think we did.
We never ate at the buffet.
We only had breakfast. We only had breakfast a few times at the buffet. Otherwise, we were at every other restaurant.
So I've seen a lot of comments, and boys, I'd love your opinions on this. I've seen a lot of comments from people that have said the buffet, the layout was poorly designed because it was in different stations. And so it felt like there was no real start to a line. It was just like people would walk up and you'd be cutting in front of that person or cutting in front of that person. So what would be your guys' thoughts on that? Would you agree?
I didn't feel like that.
Okay, so Peter did not feel like that. I personally didn't have an issue with it. I did not find an issue with it. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But also, we need to keep...
how they had it separated. Sorry, I was going to say, I like how they had it separated because I think it kept the lines and the crowdedness dispersed a little better.
Yeah.
Now, there were some of those alleyways that you kind of were bumping into everybody, but when you got to the main sections, it was separated enough to where you really weren't dealing with a lot of people.
And you know, it's also important to remember, we were sailing at a little, and I mean just slightly over half capacity, right? We were sailing with about 3,800 guests on board. I believe Mardi Gras can hold 68. And like I said, we were like 38, 38.20 or 38.40 or something like that. So we were just over, about halfway. So, keeping that in mind, I can see where, if the ship was sailing at full capacity, if you have a lot of people interested in the Lido buffet, that might be an issue, right? But if a lot of people are not interested in the Lido buffet, if a lot of people are going to the other specialty restaurants, that might, that probably would not be so much of an issue.
We just did the Lido just for breakfast, and it was fine. But I wouldn't go there outside of breakfast. There's too many other things.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of awesome places that we went to that I would definitely go over first.
Yeah, so let's talk favorite, let's talk a good. Favorite food venue, I'll go first, probably Big Chicken. I loved Big Chicken. Everything that I had there was top notch. Peter, what about you? Favorite restaurant on Mardi Gras?
Well, okay, it's hard because Big Chicken for quick service, the sauces were outstanding. If you love sauces, the sauces were out of this world.
This guy and his sauces.
You and your sauces.
The sauces were so good. But if I'm talking about a restaurant, Shebang was the best, hands down. And and we got it for room service, and it was a little cold, but it was still so good. I want to go, but I'm just thinking about it right now, all that chicken and so good.
So good. Peter, you are jumping all over the place. Your screen is jumping all over the place. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we actually didn't get to go to physical Shebang.
We meant to go back.
Yeah, we just ran out of time.
It never happened because we got busy. But
yeah, there's just not enough time to experience everything. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. That makes the ship redoable very, very easily, because you can go back on board and you can go to your favorites, but then you can also be like, okay, look, we didn't get to go to Emerald's Bistro this time. Let's make sure when we go back that we go to Emerald's Bistro, right? So, there's things like that. Michael, what about you, buddy? What was your favorite restaurant on board the Carnival Mardi Gras? Having been on board for 2 freaking weeks, surely you have one.
Yeah, really. He should have got that part out.
Yeah.
For the 2 weeks, I will say that Big Chicken is my first place winner. And if you want to compare Guy's Burger and Big Chicken fries, Big Chicken has the better fries of the two, in my personal opinion. But if you like quick service and hot and fresh, Big Chicken is the go-to.
I agree. Frank, what about you, buddy? Mr. Royal, what do you think?
No, I have to say, Big Chicken, hands down, was probably the best, and I could not get over that. Now, I did like Guy's Burger, but I thought I would go back to the Big Chicken probably tenfold over Guy's Burger. That's just me. And then I have to say, because finally I got to try it, I really enjoyed the Italian one. What is that?
Cucina del Capitano.
But yeah. So I have to say, I was Peter, you didn't let me down. I was really happy about that. But for sure, you have a problem with sauces. You have a problem with sauces. All the little sauces. That was a little crazy. But I like sauce.
Peter loves some sauces, man.
The name of the sauce.
Extra sauce, extra magic.
But Cucina was really good too. Cucina was really good too. I really
fantastic. And then Scott, of course, we know his favorite thing was sliced bread from room service. No, I'm just kidding, Scott. What was your favorite restaurant on the Carnival Mardi Gras?
I think it's Shebang, but I like the also like the teppanyaki.
Okay. Oh, we can't forget about teppanyaki. Wow. So let's see. So I have
the drink from teppanyaki.
So Scott Wilson. Scott Wilson, do you remember this right here? Do you remember that?
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Scott, tell us what this was. Tell us what this drink was.
I don't remember what's in it. I don't remember what's in it. It was called a geisha.
A geisha, that's right. A geisha. No, we said it was a geisha, right? We said it was a geisha because it was a fruity drink. Listen, when I tell y'all it was rubbing alcohol in that martini glass, okay, it was rubbing alcohol in that martini glass. All right, I was cleansed and rejuvenated after that drink, okay? But we all got one. Who was not a Frank? You didn't like it all that much, did you?
No, I loved it. I loved it.
That's right. Look, Scott.
Peter did not.
Peter didn't like it. That's right. Peter didn't like it.
Peter thought it was
yeah, Peter was like, oh, this is cough syrup. But I loved it. I thought it was great. But then here's another photo. This is our family photo from teppanyaki. So check that one out.
Oh,
there you go. There's all of us. There's David right there. Let's see. Zoom in on him. There you are. Hi, David. So there was our...
That's on the thumbnail.
That's on the thumbnail for tonight. And that was our dinner in teppanyaki. We had such a great time there. Of course, guys, remember, all of this, every single bit of it coming in the vlogs for you. Big Chicken, the teppanyaki, Guy's Burgers, Pig and Anchor, the Waterworks, all these questions. I saw a question about Bolt. There is a question in here about Bolt. About how was Bolt? What do we think about Bolt, guys? Because keep in mind, Bolt was $15 at the time of our sailing. $15 per person per ride for one lap around the course. One singular lap. And, we were very skeptical. I'm not going to lie. How was Bolt? What did you guys think of Bolt?
So I loved it actually. I have to say it was pretty cool. Now I will say yes. For one lap, $15 kind of one lap. A little ridiculous, but I think you still need to do it. I think you still need to do it to at least try once. Something to at least try once. Experience it because you have to experience it. Was better. And it actually was better than I had expected. I was kind of like okay, you're going over a couple of things, but you really could get some speed on that. You really could get some speed on that. It was pretty cool. Let me tell you, it was pretty cool.
Okay. You know what? I see where the echo was, and they shouldn't have an echo anymore, all right? We should be good to go from here, all right? No, I have to agree with you. I thought Bolt was ridiculously fast. They had like the boost button, I thought the boost button... I thought the boost button was going to be like a gimmick. It was going to be fake, and like it was, oh, you're going to hit this, and it's not really... Oh, my God! I thought I was coming off of that thing and going out to sea, okay? That thing was awesome. I have to tell you, Carnival did not disappoint with Bolt. Is it a bummer that it's $15 a person? Yes, but the way it was explained to us, even with the virtual queue, which, by the way, there is a virtual queue, as we suspected, even with the virtual queue, it would have been horrific if you have a ship of 6,000 people trying to get on, with that thing. It would have been horrific. We've just lost the boys and a giant Skype logo down below. I don't know what happened. Hold on, let me see. Is it? Oh, I think.
No, we lost
no.
Scott.
Well, we lost Scott, but Scott, it said that he rejoined. So
okay. Well, back. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'm
all right. Well, we're gonna take him out and then take him back in and see if that works because it's still showing a Skype logo. So Scott, you may need to.
Sponsored by. I
know, right? That's what I was about to say. This stream brought to you in partnership by Skype. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't pay us a dime to say that. But Skype, if you want to sponsor the stream, please contact me. I'd love to. I have some IT questions for you first, though. Scott, just jump out and then jump back in, and that should fix you, okay? Because I can't see you at all. Oh, now you're like a little bubble again. So just jump out and jump back in, and let's see if that does it.
Yes.
I saw another question. Question from Gavin says, how were the activities throughout the day? The activities throughout the day. Okay, so that's where I would say would be a bit right? The scheduling of activities was very, very weird. Like the Love and Marriage show, which is typically like a headliner, nighttime show, took place at 2 p.m. on the last C day. I thought that was really, really weird. Peter, what about you, buddy? What did you think of the Love and Marriage being on the last C day?
Well, Michael has a picture that shows.
Oh my God, that's right. Hold on. Where is it at?
I think we shared that one too.
So, guys, if you want to see what Peter thought of Love and Marriage at 2 p.m. on the last C day, that right there is what Peter thought of Love and Marriage at 2 p.m. on the last C day. If you cannot tell, Peter is he's gone. He's gone. He's asleep. He's gone. Yeah.
It does tend to bore me at the first half.
Yeah. Well, and it is the same show. All right, hold on. Let me see if we can reset this here really quick, and then I will. I'll pull him right back in here, and maybe that will that'll fix it with Scott. Nope, Scott's still not on here. I don't know what in the world's going on with Scott. All right, Scott, I'm gonna jump you out, and then you just join back in, okay? All right. All right, so we're gonna try and get Scott back in here with us so that he can have some more fun. Because Scott didn't even end up going to Love and Marriage. Actually, Scott was a big fan of the casino. We almost got into a fight in the casino. That was fun. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I thought I was gonna have to jump in there for a second because I was gonna be like,
"Oh my God!"
I was like, "This is getting a little ridiculous."
So in the casino where they're playing. This was like one of the C days. I still don't have Scott. This is so weird. I don't know what's going on with you, Scott.
Oh, that's interesting.
So on one of the last C days, we were in the casino playing. The casino actually goes down. Like all the machines, you couldn't cash out or pay out or anything like that. And so we were kind of just sitting there waiting, right? Because they said, do not leave your machine. If you leave your machine, you might not be able to cash out your earnings and things like that. Keep in mind, we didn't have $1,000. Yeah, there you go. Keep in mind that, we didn't have $1,000 or anything in the machine. I mean, it was, I think we all had like $20 in there or $10 in there. But even still, they was like, don't cash out. So it was like, okay. So we're sitting there on this Wheel of Fortune machine, mind you. And all of a sudden this...
Now wait, there's six of those.
Yeah, there's 6 of those. We're on 3 of them. And we were we were playing on 3 of them. There is this lovely gentleman. We will choose Jesus and say lovely gentleman. This lovely gentleman walks up and he's like, well, are y'all just going to sit there? And we explained to him that the casino staff had said, hey, don't get up, stay seated, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, nah, they told me that You can get up. I just watched somebody get up. And he was like, well, listen, man, somebody just came over here and told us not to get up. So we're going to stay right here until they tell us that we can get up and that, it's going to be, because they've been making announcements the whole time, do not get up. They're working on the situation. So, we knew that the situation was still going on, right? Scott's arm got tired. We knew that the situation was still ongoing. And so we were not getting up. And so then he started kind of getting rowdy in my face. And I because I was the one speaking. And I was like, listen, man, you need to go on somewhere. And this is where he proceeded to use some choice words that we can't say on Cruise Talk Live. But one of them rhymes with brick and duckies and anyway, you get the point, right? And so he's cursing and using inappropriate language at me. I'm trying to keep this as family friendly as I possibly can. He's using inappropriate language at me. And if it was not the fact that he had a veteran hat on, I would have taken his beer belly self and knocked him on the floor so quick that he would have thought he was on the casino on the Carnival Mardi Gras in 1972. Okay, but I chose Jesus because he was a veteran, and I thanked him for his service, and I said, have a nice day, sir. Have a nice day, sir. And that upset him even more. That made him even more mad. But anyway, all is well that ends well. We ended up not getting in a fight, and he surely did not get to play Wheel of Fortune that day. So I have to tell you guys, if your name is Mr. Ron and you're a veteran watcher, I'm just kidding. His name wasn't Ron. I don't know what his name was. But we wish you nothing but the best. But you really need to calm down, man. It's just Wheel of Fortune, all right? Just go play Bejeweled or something on your phone while you wait, all right? So that is our that is our casino story.
Yeah, he was.
What were you gonna say, Frank?
I was gonna say he was something.
Man, wasn't
sure.
he though?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So let's talk.
You notice
he was taking his casino losses out on you.
Say what now?
I said you noticed he waited till I left.
Yeah, right, exactly. Should we go into the ugly? Should we tell them some of the ugly? Because there was a little bit of ugly. Okay, I'll start. One thing that I really didn't like, and I think I'm going to get a round of applause from the boys here. Guest services? What the what? What in the what is that?
Oh, yeah.
Guest services.
Okay, that is in the worst location.
The absolute worst location possible. I feel like they built the entire Carnival Mardi Gras and forgot about guest services. And then the ship was in the shipyard, and the hotel director gets on and he goes, "Oh no, where's my staff gonna go?" And so then they took a corner of the back part of the ship and was like, we'll make this guest services. What?
Honestly, Josh,
Yeah,
they should have put guest services where Limelight was. That would have been a better
Yes.
use of Limelight.
Honestly.
Well, because it wasn't even near.
Yeah, it wasn't near any.
Yeah, it wasn't near the atrium.
Usually
It was guest services was
Yeah.
on deck 8 on the very aft of the ship. So the very back of the ship was guest services. The absolute weirdest, and also the queue line for guest services was on one side of the hallway, and guest services was on the other side of the hallway, and the main walkway, the main walkway for deck 8, cut right in between that. So if you're in line for guest services, you've got to dart across all the people moving forward and aft into Summer Landing and into the Pig and Anchor and into the patio and the waterfront and all that stuff. You've got to cut across them just to get to that location. Absolutely, it was ugly. That was an ugly. Somebody else, we briefly hit on it. Somebody else want to go on an ugly? And who's got an ugly?
Well, for me, it's that the limelight. I didn't get it. Like, it was just, it's like literally like they had this extra couple 100 feet of space that they were like, oh, well, maybe we need a limelight since we separated Punchliner and Limelight. Because from my understanding, it used to be together, I guess, or it was the same thing. I don't know. But it was just a weird hole in the wall, to be perfectly honest. And the way that it was laid out was a big rectangle, and that was it.
It was pretty darn awful, I have to tell you. Again, it feels like this was a space that Carnival like forgot about, or like this area, and then at the last minute they were like, what are we gonna put there? Okay, let's put like here's how bad Limelight Lounge is. Limelight Lounge is so bad that you enter the lounge beside the stage. So if you come into anything going on in there 1 second late, right, you will literally interrupt the entire show. The entire show. Like the stage is here, here's the door. It is ridiculous. And I mean, you could tell, like, it was distracting for the comics and the events that took place in there. It was quite distracting, right? Like, each time somebody would walk in, I mean, there was 2 or 3 bartenders that walked in. The comic, acknowledged them every time. Like, you could tell they took his attention. When guests would walk in late, they took his attention. Like, it was just a poorly laid out venue, I thought. And also, the tables are bolted to the floor. So they couldn't even move the tables, because then at night, that's supposed to be the dance club. So the dance club is no longer in the theater. It is in Limelight Lounge, but you can't move the tables. So it's like you're dancing around this little martini table. It was pretty ugly. Somebody else got an ugly? I can think of at least one more. No? All right, so I got... Oh, go ahead.
There's a lot of dead ends on there.
Dead ends. There is a lot of dead ends. That I would say is an ugly. So, like, when you're walking on the outside decks, if you're familiar with, like, the Breeze and the Vista, the Horizon, deck 5, you can circumference the entire ship, right? You can go all the way around the ship, much like on the Norwegian ships. Not the case on Mardi Gras at all. You like go forward, and then you have to go inside, and then you go forward, and then you might be able to come back outside, depending on which side of the ship you're on. It's a whole hot mess express. Frank, you were going to say something?
So, yeah, I was going to say, the other ugly I had, Josh, and I don't know if this is just because I have not experienced this before, but I did not like that you had to walk through the casino, and more likely the smoking side of the casino, to get to the theater. That was the only entrance into the theater. Yeah. And the only way to get to it is you had to go. Now, I get marketing-wise, go through the casino. Great advertising, great marketing. I get it. Yeah. But you had to go through the smoking side, which is what people tried, at least the majority of people tried to avoid. We did, right? And we even avoided the smoking section on that one deck on the outside as well. We always made sure we went around the other way. Right. I did not like that you had to literally walk through that to get to the
and
theater.
So there was 2 entrances to the theater. However, the one entrance so the theater is like a movie theater, right? So it's movie theater bucket style seating. 2 large steps, for aisles that go all the way down, and then seating on either side, seating in the middle, right? And that is the way that the theater is laid out. It's not like other Carnival theaters where there's like an upper level and a lower level. This one just has stairs all the way from the back, all the way down to the front of the stage. And so the main entrance was in the back, which, again, as Frank said, you had to come through the casino, and then you came into the theater. Or there was another entrance, which was at the bottom and off to the right, and that was, the lower entrance. But nobody we didn't find that entrance until what, day 4, day 5? Like, we didn't even know that existed.
It was, I think, for the Love and Marriage show.
Yeah.
It was to the Love and Marriage show.
It wasn't really advertised.
Yeah, it was not advertised at all. And so it was very, like Frank said, it was just really weird design, like to walk through the casino, to line up, like if you're lining up for the show, to line up through the casino. Very, very weird layout. But one more thing with the theater. So, as I mentioned, it is bucket-style seating in there. There is no bar in the main theater, which is a big change. And there's no bar service in the theater. There's no waiter or waitresses walking around taking your order. What's so weird about that is every single seat in the theater has a cup holder. Make it make sense to me. So there's no bar service, at all. There's no bar in there. So if you want to drink, again, remember, you'll have to leave the theater, walk through the casino, either A, go to the casino bar, or B, the next closest one would be the Grandview bar, which is in Grand Central, but you're going to have to go up one deck to get to that one, and then walk all the way back down to the theater. So why does every seat have a cup holder then? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I can't understand it.
Don't get me wrong. I love that there's a cup holder. I love that there's cup holders, but there's nothing to use a cup holder for unless you're bringing it in yourself. Now, this one, I would say, is not an ugly. This is a bad, because this is something that could easily be fixed, right? Carnival, put some waiters and waitresses in the theater 15 minutes before show start and take people's orders. It's going to improve your revenue, and it's going to help your passengers who want to have a drink, during the show. I know I, for one, would love to have a drink during the show. I know many people would love to have a drink during the show. I don't understand why they weren't doing this. It seemed a little weird. And maybe it's because they're not able to get, cross through the aisles. Like if you wanted to cross, through the aisle, you physically had to stand up and let somebody cross in front of you. There was no room for walking in front of the aisle.
Yeah,
now,
it's not like the other theaters.
What were you saying, Scott? What were you saying, Scott?
It's not like the other theaters where you have a seat and you have a lot of room in front of the seats where the people can just walk down in front of the seat.
Right, yeah, there was virtually no room. Now,
to get up and get out of somebody can get in.
And that's the other thing. It's like if you want to go to the bar and get something, then you've got to get up and interrupt everybody else.
But but the thing is, though, in their defense, every other regular theater doesn't have a bar in it. Like the Royal Theater doesn't, because it's a regular theater shouldn't have a bar in it because you shouldn't be having bar service in the middle of the show.
Sure.
So it's more of like a regular type theater versus Carnival style of a theater, which is more like the dance club / theater. And that's how they had the bar service. But really, if you're watching a show, you shouldn't have the bartenders going back and forth.
Right. So as Annette says right here, bring your drink with you. That is definitely what you need to do if you want to have bar service. Although Elaine is saying that she saw somebody taking orders in there. Elaine, I really hope that they did. I personally never saw anybody taking orders in the main theater. But again,
nobody.
Again, that's something really easy for them to implement. So, even if they weren't, I feel like it's kind of like, okay, let's just station 2 waiters in here to take some orders, right before the show. So I feel like...
I think also, like you said, too, though, is the problem is that there's only 2 aisles. There's only 2 aisles in the whole theater. So to hand you a drink on the other side of the seat, you got to go over everybody else.
That's true.
It's too confusing.
That's true.
Or you have to have the neighbor... Or you have to
pass your drink.
Now,
see, the old style theaters, they used to have... It was maybe 5 or 6 seats and then a break.
Yep.
And then, 5 and 6 seats and then a break. So it was much easier for them to maneuver around to give drinks.
Now, on the flip side, let's talk about something really, really good in the theater. Peter, do you remember one thing that you absolutely loved about the theater? I'll give you a second to think about it. And if you can't remember, I'll say it for you.
And what show was it during?
It was all of them. It was a feature about the theater that you loved.
Oh, the lighting. The lighting on the ground.
Well, yes, that was nice. But one thing that we all really, really loved, every single seat had air conditioning built into the seat. Yes. Every single seat. So
that was the coolest thing ever.
Yes, so the seat in front of you had little air vents at the top of it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like a jet engine blasting at you. So if you're cold-natured and you freeze to death at the slightest, at 75 degrees, you're an icicle. It wasn't like that. it was just a nice, so that you had constant fresh air flowing. It kept the theater, the humidity down. It didn't feel musty or anything like that. I personally loved that. I loved that feature. I thought that was a very upgraded feature about the theater. So that was definitely a big good on the Carnival Mardi Gras. They did good on that one. Boys, how about our itinerary? Anything to say about our itinerary? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you been to those ports? Frank, you look like you want to. Oh, Scott, go ahead. Cozumel. Where is it? So Cozumel, here was the closest that Peter and I got to Cozumel. If you're wondering what that is, that's our in-room stateroom television.
Oh yeah.
And here was our view for Cozumel.
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah. And then here was our best friend for the day in Cozumel. There's our best friend.
So for me, I've been to Cozumel before, so that was cool. But our excursion was fun. The 4x4 and then the speedboat. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Scott did try to attempt to kill me on the speedboat, but I managed to hang on and survive.
So yeah,
like David said, there's a lot of OG complaints.
There's a lot of what?
Yeah. Oh, no. If we can get the video, Josh, there's a lot of me screaming, "Oh Jesus, oh Jesus!" So if we can get that video, that's gonna be.
I would love to see that video. There is one video. There's one video that I have here that was sent to me by the boys. Let me see. Do I have it? Maybe I don't have it. Hold on. I hope I have it because oh my gosh, it was hysterical. I was dying looking at this thing. Okay, well here, I could just show it to you here. So on, Cozumel, obviously we weren't able to go, and then Costa Maya, we all went and did a river rafting excursion together, which was a ton of fun. We liked that a lot. We did think that the rafting portion was a bit short for the drive out there, but keep in mind, a lot of excursions that you do in Costa Maya, unfortunately, are going to be that way, just because the port of Costa Maya is really, really far away from, like, the main cities and hubs surrounding Costa Maya. So, it will take you a little bit to get there. But we had a good time. And then in Roatan, so the boys here, they went and did a monkey and sloth excursion, and Peter and I actually did something else, which you'll find out in the vlogs. But there, it appears that Scott got himself mixed up here with a monkey. Check this out. The monkey is getting in his pocket. Look at that. Look at this brave little monkey.
Trying to get his credit card.
Is that what he was trying to get, Scott? Yep. Look at this thing. Wait, he's going to go for it again.
Credit card.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if they look at him. Look.
Oh, what's going on?
He's trying to go in and steal your credit card, Scott. He wants some casino chips. The monkey wants in. He said, deal me in. I got 500 on black. 500 on black, double or nothing.
Yeah, that was a fun. We got to hold the sloth. We got to hold the macaws. We were in the monkey thing there. But what you didn't know is, but right before they let us in, apparently there was a massive fight with them, and there was a bunch of them going at each other. They had to remove ones out of one cage. And let me tell you, it was hysterical because we couldn't do anything until they tamed the whole wild fight thing going on down. But it was quite the experience to watch that.
I bet. Coos Cruisers, what's going on, guys? We saw Coos Cruisers on the cruise. Obviously, we were hanging out with them all week long. Nurse Nancy, Nautical Nurse Nancy, she was hobbling along in her little wheelchair and crutches. Me and Nurse Nancy actually did the wobble together in her wheelchair. We rolled forward and then rolled back. And then rolled her to the left and rolled her to the right. That was pretty fun. We liked that a lot. We saw a proposal happen on the ship. That was a lot of fun. What is some other amazing things that we saw, guys? Loved the shows. Loved the entertainment. That was all really good.
So
Go ahead, Frank.
I have to say, I was going to say, Josh, one of my favorite things I have to say, the comedy shows. Let me tell you, first of all, Andy off the chart. He was one of the best.
We loved Andy
in most cruises I've ever been on, and that includes Royal. Yeah. But then also just the comedians they had.
Oh my God, I loved Just June.
I can't.
I love her. She is phenomenal. And you know what? I don't think I had ever seen her before. Like I've seen Percy Cruise 2. We had Percy Cruise 2 on there. Who were some of the others? We had Jason. Oh, what's his last name? Jason something. Jason Blanchard. Yeah, like a lot of those guys I had seen before. But I'm going to tell you, Just June, I don't think I had ever seen her before. She was phenomenal. I could have watched her all night long. Like, she was great.
Absolutely. I have to say, they really brought in some amazing comedians, at least for this round. I know that they were switching off kind of our cruise. They were kind of coming off, a new set were coming on. So I hope, Michael, you guys had just as great an experience with those guys as well. But I love the comedy show. I have to say, those were one of my favorite shows. Besides the productions they did actually in the main theater, that was just off the hook. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, no, I loved it too. I thought it was great. So, boys, any last thoughts or what was your absolute favorite moment about the Carnival Mardi Gras cruise? If you could just pick one moment as we get ready to close out the show, Peter, let's start with you, buddy. What would be your favorite moment from the entire week?
Ooh.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah. For me, my favorite moment, I think, was stepping on board that ship after, which Scott corrected me, 22 months of not being on a ship. 18 months through the pandemic, officially, but 22 months of not being on a ship. Just stepping, walking on that gangway, walking up on board that ship, it was a feeling like I can't describe it. It was unimaginable. I loved it. Peter, what about you, bud?
I got it. And someone said it too. When we came out of quarantine, when they gave us the all clear.
LOL.
There you go.
Feeling that I can never recreate because I've never been locked in a room before. So that was like no other. When they were like, Josh, you're negative. Peter, you're negative.
Yeah.
You can go to the mega. Sorry, I'm like holding Colby's thing in my head.
No, you're right.
You can go to the mega check party.
Oh my God, I have to tell you, and that you're right. Like the feeling of them telling us, "Hey, you are clear to go." Unimaginable. Like, and by the way, we'll dive. There is a vlog. Like we did film that day just to kind of show you what the process is like. We were not going to. We were just going to sit there and watch movies all day and sleep, and then we kind of still did that, but we filmed some too, just to kind of show you what the process was like, how they checked in on us, exactly what we, got for lunch and all that kind of stuff, what room service looked like, how long it took, things like that. But I have to tell you, if we would have had to do that the entire cruise, like I would have went insane. I would have actually went insane. I don't know how these crew members do that for 14 days.
I really enjoyed the room service. Like we now know the full room service on here, and but I do have to say, like it was hard. Like when everybody got off the ship and we were stuck.
I actually half expected Peter to say my favorite part about the cruise was getting to order room service for 24 hours and stay in bed all day. That's what I half expected Peter to say. Scott, what about you, buddy? What was your?
The funny thing was, we was both eating shebang at the same time, but y'all were eating it in quarantine, and we were eating it at the actual
Yeah. We were eating it in the room, and Peter had his buffet stretched out across the entire room.
Okay, to follow up on Peter's, my favorite thing was when Josh and Peter had to go in quarantine, and we could get some peace and quiet for a little while.
That was good. That was good.
No, I don't know. I don't think I could pick this one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all. I mean, everything was just, great. We had fun the whole time.
Oh my God, yeah, and even up until the very last second, on the last night, we were me and Scott, and who was there? Frank was there. Peter was there. I think everybody was there, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And we were in the casino until almost what, 1, I think. Almost 2.
Yeah, it was like 1, 2 o'clock.
quit because we had to get up in it.
Yeah.
To get off the ship.
Yeah.
We had to quit.
Yeah, we
You
had
came
to.
back to the room at 2 o'clock.
LOL.
Yeah.
I mean, but we were
Yeah.
just having such a good
We
time
had an
down
early
there.
excursion the next day.
You know what, Michael? All right, so Frank, what was your favorite part about the
Michael,
ship?
nothing from you on
That's
that one.
right. He's in timeout.
Okay, so I just have right. I have a couple. So one, actually, for me, it's actually finally meeting you guys, because this was my first time actually getting to meet all of you guys, so that was really awesome. I actually really enjoyed when you guys were put in quarantine, that Scott and I did that mission and snuck you guys some ice cream, kind of knocked on your door and ran. So that was one of my...
I do remember.
Yeah, I had forgotten
also-
about that. That was nice.
So, and also, Josh, yeah, I'm going to... Yeah. That and the salt shaker, but that's another story. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then, and honestly, I have to say, I've never danced so much, I don't think, Josh, with you on those decks, with all those parties thing. I was right there next to you doing all those dances. I finally learned the wobble. I'm good to go.
Yes, that was so fun.
But otherwise, it was a good time. And like I said, meeting you guys finally was kind of also a really good part for me, at least, because it's finally... After all this time, it was finally like, oh, I actually got to know you guys.
No, it was amazing. I agree.
Nice meeting you too.
And I have to say, again, to add to that, being able to be back on a ship, but then back with amazing friends. And I mean it when I tell you guys, these people on the screen right now with me and David, of course, and Cody, who slept next to Scott's underwear most of the cruise, are just some amazing, amazing guys. They're so much fun to hang out with. I don't think there's Cody right there. Hey, Cody. He's creeping in the side view. I don't think there wasn't 5 minutes that passed that we all were not cutting up and laughing about something. And that just made the cruise that much more enjoyable. Michael, to finish off with you, buddy, what was your favorite thing about the cruise on the Carnival Mardi Gras?
I would probably say boarding day on the first stretch would be the absolute favorite, just because it was a 22-month wait. It was a reunion of friendship that we haven't seen each other in months. So it was just of course, it didn't register in my mind mentally until we were walking up that gangway, taking that first step, going, here we are.
Here we are, right. I completely agree with you. I think the feeling was undescribable, but I'm going to do my best tomorrow in our first episode. So make sure that you guys go ahead and ding that notification bell right now. You do not want to miss this one. I want you to catch it as soon as it comes out tomorrow, and I want you to help me share it out. If you can do nothing else, if you can hit the thumbs up button and share it out tomorrow, it would mean the world to me. Tomorrow is embarkation day for the Carnival Mardi Gras. We're going to end it right here. I want to thank our special guest tonight, Scott. Oh, he's over here. Frank, Michael, Peter G., David in spirit, and of course, we couldn't forget about wonderful Cody here on screen with us. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight for Cruise Talk Live. A special thanks to our mod squad, our hashtag Crew in Blue. None of it would be possible without you. Guys, have a great night. I hope to see you tomorrow for the Carnival Mardi Gras Embarkation Day Part 1. Here's the trailer. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye!
Good night, guys.
Oh my God.